Okay. I know Deadlock Night Shift's on right now. I do want to play. Do want to play a bit. Let me actually see. When is NA playing Deadlock Night Shift? It's probably not for a while, but just double check. North America. Oh, it's in like 35 minutes. The grand final is live right now. Let me just see, like, what's the score? I'll probably play like 2 games before I go stick into this.
Storing in your teammates rather than necessarily playing your own game, but
they just won. Damn, Loki W just won. Yo, Abrams, please win, so that way I can just, you know, you guys go to game 3. I want to play at least 2 games. I'm also dropping wording.
You have excellent taste.
I'm doing this. I'm running Mina, man. I give up. I give up. You gotta have an S tier hero. Gotta have an S tier hero. And I've changed up this build a lot. I just want to see something.
Little bit of advice.
Someone told me something that I really don't believe, but let's see. Can I go to the range? Maybe that works. Oh, sandbox, I mean. I just want to see if one item actually does what it says it does.
Fight you're about to start.
Oh, wow. It really is. Oh my god. It really is. So that's why people have been buying that. Oh, I understand now. I get it. I actually understand now. Technically, this makes a hit scan. That's crazy. And if I take this off, it's not hit scan from like, I don't know how many meters this is. Yeah, your bullets don't hit as much.
Tell you what, I'll throw in a free keychain.
Oh my god. The difference is actually night and day, what the fuck? It's actually hit scan from like a good distance. That's actually crazy. I never would have thought about that. Oh my god, what? That's crazy. I think I hit like all those bullets, like what? Okay, not every single one. Okay, it's not every single one from that distance. What is this like? Okay, so this is about like 15 meters. Okay. Oh my god, 20 meters is like, it's actually hit scan. Oh my god. What?
There's nowhere to hide.
I hit like every single bullet there. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's actually insane. I didn't know that that's why people were building this. From about like 20 meters out, this is like legit hit scan. So you can generate cards a lot faster. So I mean, if you have like good aim, it actually makes sense. Interesting. I did not think of it like that. I did not think of it like that at all. That's actually interesting. Alright, let's test this out. New Wraith build. and see how we go. This is officially a non-left to right build, and I'm gonna be happy about it because, well, I would say it's pretty much left to right for like the first 4 items. After that, it's kind of like, even after, actually, I think the first 3 items is left to right. That's about it. After that, it's like we have to think, use our brain. All right. I don't like this girl.
Wraith, in the past, ambition has driven you to greatness. Today it will enshrine you in legend.
You know what? I'm good. I'm actually good, bro.
Can we swap against?
No, please, someone free me. Get me
Oh,
away
yeah.
from Silver.
Wait, you
I'm
wanted to
begging.
swap?
Oh, I mean...
Every
I can-
lane,
I can swap you down,
I
bro.
hate every lane. I don't know if I just want to suffer and just accept it. Every lane, every character in this lobby sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
Like legit. Oh, Paradox came back for you. She wants you.
I'm honestly chill with as long as Silver doesn't come.
I'm actually glad Celeste left. That actually made me happy.
Here, last swap with the Drifter. Oh, never mind. He's off the rope. Wait, can we swap McGinnis?
I'm off the rope, but we can.
Alright, all good. All good.
Are we running it?
You're
Okay, let's try to do a good job here. So Bebop's on it right there.
I see Paradox.
See the enemy.
I'm honestly just gonna focus on farming this part. Wow. So he just wins that.
I can get some new gear.
We gotta deny. That's not
Well,
bad.
someone's looking to make a statement.
We gotta deny. It's always good. Okay, we got monster rounds, so this also isn't bad. I cannot deny a single one of these. My life.
Time to stack the deck.
This guy is just beaming me in a weird way. Okay.
I love this trick. Find them.
Oh, that sucks. That's a lot of damage.
Bravo, guys.
I see Bebop. There's nowhere to hide.
That sucks. Let's get this money. What? Yo, hit scan is so dumb, dude. What the fuck is that?
Wanna buy a mug to go with your gun?
Death comes in many forms. Meet your end. This is gonna be fun. I don't miss.
I got fucking
Oh, that sucks.
taking our camp with them.
I'm dead.
I'm not going over.
Well, gotta love that. Paradox charge and a fucking hook. Well played. Well played, well played. You're the best. Good job. Now they build healing rate or what? Trophy collector. Trophy collector. Second item. It's good. Understandable.
I move with the speed of
Also,
thought.
kind of why I hate the fact that I have to do that, but whatever. It's fine.
See the enemy.
I guess I should have just played more safe. This is my bad, I guess.
Pull back. See the enemy.
Light 'em up.
Hayes is missing. I see, Paradox.
You got this thing.
Going to shop.
You got the buff too. It's a bit of torch. I'm just gonna try to.
See the enemy.
Yeah, this guy's just here. Nice paradox shot. Got rid of him.
Good luck completing the
No
ritual.
damage.
See the enemy.
Going dark. Oh, oh well here.
Locking him down.
Well, at least you got him.
Let's find another. Let's see if they're prepared for this.
I'm speeding back. Can we just fight this guy like instantaneously, please? Thank you. Just keep him there.
Winning this. They took out Calico. Vanished.
God, that's so fucking sick. This sucks. I love when Bebop players are just the best player ever. So, I will not let this guy piss me off.
Dealing.
This guy's so
Paradox is blue.
annoying.
They've taken our blue guardian.
But my kid says all the mystics are fine.
Light 'em up.
Walker is under attack.
Lucky
just
next
one.
time.
Where's missing? That's one. It's all good, bro. Life happens. This how it happens.
Hayes is missing.
They destroyed the guardian on Greenwich.
Yep. Just had the best fucking comp, bro.
Headed to blue.
Shit, man. Just need to reset, man. Actually, here, just bait melee. Fuck it.
Nina's missing.
Oh, never mind. You're not about it. Okay.
It's last one.
Sorry, just give him the fucking Guardian. They just win.
They destroyed the Guardian on yellow.
Alright, I'll just save it for cooking cultists. That's literally all I'll do. It's whatever. This fucking piece of shit, man.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
Could get our doubles. I would love to solo farm this. Like, extremely. I would love to solo farm this. Alright, this guy's just gonna take all the souls. There he goes.
Our blue walker
Okay.
is under attack.
Oh, Celeste is here. Yeah, I don't know about fighting Celeste anymore.
Careful, McGinnis.
Oh, deeper bot.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep. There's just like 4 in our jungle on the yellow side. I don't know why we're trying to do a lot of things right now, but
Mid-boss has arrived.
we died a lot. And again, it's just kind of hard pushed into the bit. All good. I can't even fucking go to the shop. Laverne. Alright, let me just get cultist, bro.
Tell you what, I'll throw in a free keychain.
Just get cultist. There's nothing else I can do. I'm gonna get cultist, go to the left side of the fucking damn thing, and just keep farming. That's it.
You guys.
The urn has been dropped.
Oh, so he's just doing it so we don't get it. I see. Because we're just going through down.
I catch them alone.
This is all good.
They're all mine.
So, Missed. 2 on yellow. And I can't farm. Can't push. Can't do anything.
The spirit
I don't think we fight this on green.
to be
Just get out.
claimed.
Just losing. Yeah, it's fine.
Gotta remember to use this after I have someone lifted.
I see the enemy.
Headed to yellow.
Try and grab that urn.
I should run.
Don't wanna push green.
I have 3 crystals.
Headed to green. Going in.
Not today. I don't think so.
Doesn't work.
I know how to make an exit.
Defend green.
There are paradox farming up there, be careful.
You got expensive taste.
Okay, we have Surge of Power now.
Nina's missing.
Not gonna lie, I think the only thing I can buy here to deal with all this extra shit is probably... I don't even know. I actually don't even know what
We
to buy here.
delivered the
It's a good thing we got her now.
Let's see, for being down almost 20k earlier, we're not
See
normal
the
this far.
enemy.
They're gonna push yellow, and I can't help hold it by myself. Paradox is the god, and so is his bebop.
Our yellow walker is under attack. Broadway is under attack.
Paradox is missing.
Paradox is on board.
Nina's missing.
Nina needs to be humbled.
Fucking close. Oh, this is sinners. I die.
Greenwich is under attack.
Headed to Broadway.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this camp down here. Okay. We're at 3k souls. 15k right now. Honestly, this has been good. Not much I can really do other than that.
Tap into the king's power.
Put out the bio. I think the only other thing I can buy is probably... I need a green right now, but I don't know if I should just get
I don't know if we want to keep fighting this here.
heals or anything like that.
Go loot farm.
Okay, let me just buy this now. Okay, we're giga farming right now. We're like scaling really well. I think I need... I feel like Spirit is going to be a big play, but Gun is also annoying right
On my
now,
way over,
so...
guys.
I'm going to get
Good luck not getting
this
shot.
into this right now. So we already hit our Spirit spike. Probably just going to keep farming here. Mina's probably going to shred this fucking walker if we don't stop her. I don't know, do our doubles. Shall Ella take this real quick?
See the enemy.
Greenwich is under attack.
Thought I was blue, man.
Broadway is under attack.
God, bro. This guy just did doubles and didn't even fucking pay attention to the walker, man. Now I have to just stay on blue. That's annoying. That's really fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
I need help on Earn. I need help on Earn. There's 3 here at least.
They took out last.
Hayes is missing.
Needs to be contained.
Well, that's just unfortunate. I
This
guess.
is my time now.
There's 4 there.
Hey, let's push green.
A boon from a blue walker is under attack.
Yeah, it's just it is what it is.
Little protection goes a long way.
There's not much I can do.
York is under attack. They've taken out a blue walker.
Stay where you are.
Headed to yellow.
I didn't have enough ammo. Oh my god. But he's probably not coming back. He's 4 and
Why'd you say
7.
that?
I don't know. I'm just saying it. Are you queued with him, or is anybody queued with him? Like, he's probably not coming back, bro. Let's just play. Sorry, we're gonna lose, but it's fine. Yeah, like it's already over. Cool. Not much else I can do about that. So, team is kind of questionable. It's whatever, I guess. There's not really much I can do, man. My team is whatever. Doesn't matter.
Light 'em up.
This game's over. GG's. I don't even want to die for that. I'm not even gonna die for it. I'll just save. I was
We
playing
got the
that.
region. Not great, but we can still work this out.
So it's fine.
A green walker is under attack.
Not much else I can do, bro.
You have a good eye.
Enemy team is actually so much better. And it's just free load for them. It's actually just free load. Yeah, he's not coming back.
We'll mow them down. This is gonna be fun.
is under attack.
Anyways.
Turn. Greenwich is under attack.
Yep.
They've taken our yellow walker.
They just have every way to push this, huh? Flash dies. This is fun.
Real.
I just, yeah.
Light him up.
Yeah, it's just GG. It's just GG.
They destroyed our green walker. Allow the hidden king to open your third eye.
And I can't even fire him anymore. This is just over, bro. Team distance dies every game. That's actually so unfortunate.
God, not again.
And I
Wow.
There's more where that came from.
The spirit
thanks for
defend
that.
the stronghold. We've only one shrine left. We need to stop them from progressing further.
There's just no point. I'm literally a one-man army, bro. This is actually crazy.
Stop them from completing the ritual.
Wow.
Think the Vampire Nation is taking note now?
If
That was spectacular. That was
Thanks,
fun.
Yoshi.
Well played. Good job.
Thanks, Yoshi. Thank you for putting me on a team with people that just want to throw. Feels good, man.
Anytime you want to get into some trouble, you give me a call.
Feels really good, man. Feels really good. Well, they got their dub. Their state mandated win. It's all good. It's a good way to start my day. Thanks, Yoshi. Thanks. You really do know how to make an update, man.
Down the mob.
It's every game so far I've watched. It's always just one-sided, man.
Headed this way.
It's over.
Well, you can't control what you can't fucking do. So. Doesn't matter. I do hope that it does get better, maybe.
Need help on yellow.
I'd really like to never fucking play with those players again, though.
I like it. Thank you. Ready to use stake.
Actually, I have a serious question. Is this thing on? Okay, well, let's see, actually. just want to see something. Is this on? Says it is. Don't feel like it. Don't feel like it at all, actually. It's good. Alright.
Wealth, power, and so much more await you once you complete the ritual.
Nah, I'm good, bro. Tired of it. Let's just hope for something that actually works out.
Sorry, yeah,
well
I
for us.
saw it last second.
All good.
Gun lash, probably.
I
Gun
can get
lash
some
will
new gear.
probably hit. I ain't gonna lie. I believe it.
Find them.
Alright.
Going to shop.
I just wanted to poke him a bit. Not much else I could have done there anyway. I was just hit.
They can't outrun my mind.
I'm gonna lose the sword, but
I love this trick.
how are you hitting me from, like, bro? Can this like thing actually have like a radius now? This shit's annoying. I'm gonna do axes real quick. Well, let's hope this game is different. I haven't seen a first blood in like 2 minutes, so that's a really good sign. We'll have the last rounds. I actually believe in this now.
If things go bad, I'll be ready.
I miss. Oop. He's here.
Case. Case back on green.
There's nowhere to hide.
Ash gonna be going green right now, by the way.
I see the professor.
Cards out.
Whoa. Got the healing trooper. Just put it in. Oh, fuck. Okay, I hurt. I'm pretty low, by the way. I cannot fight.
You should run.
That's annoying. got the healing trooper for you, so. Not enough. I guess.
Sorry, brother.
Wonder what I can get at the shop.
It's all good. Whatever. What happens. Just don't have 7.
Mandatory got the number.
Death comes in many forms.
I don't really have like anything to play against with it. It's just so fucking shit.
I see the enemy.
Celeste is here.
The Venator's missing. I'll find them wherever they hide. I see Hayes.
Bird. Oh, we have the good time.
Hope you win whatever fight you're about to start.
We have the great talent.
You're mine.
First. 1 HP on Lash. Please kill this kid.
Fucker. Stunned at his shop. Got away.
Whatever, bro. Whatever, man. Just get a free dart, bro, every fucking time, man. Whatever, bro. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get good teammates. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just fucking see, I guess.
This is gonna be
It's fucking annoying, bro. I just love how I can't do anything about Lash anymore.
His power is yours to wield.
Just love that shit, man.
nowhere to hide.
Of course, I just have to deal with that bullshit. I guess I just get ganked too. I'm not. It is losing, bro. That's fair. No, I'm not
They
doing anything about it.
destroyed the Guardian on blue.
I don't care. It's just so fucking annoying. Feel sick though. Bro.
Dynamo is missing.
I'll just do this last center. 'Cause I don't have a kiss.
Turns out morality is subjective.
I need some new tricks.
Is there a healing trooper there? There is. Solo go. Guess I don't have to go back. But I would like to buy a cultist as soon as I possibly can.
A blue walker is under destroyed the Guardian on green.
9.7k souls.
Well, someone's looking to make a statement.
9.7k souls.
A green walker is under attack.
Let me just do this. That's annoying, bro. That's actually
The
annoying.
spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Fuck it, I guess. That's actually so
I
annoying.
see the Venator.
He's missing. Could be going to,
Your mind and spirit will be reforged.
I'm gonna just take this card in.
Let's push Broadway.
I see Dynamo.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
They've taken our yellow guardian.
They're just playing as a team, and our team is just, I don't know, doing dick.
Gotta remember to use this after I have someone lifted.
Actually, I should probably just TP. Yeah, I'll just TP. I'm TPing yellow.
A green walker is under attack.
Headed to green.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
I got him. We're winning this.
Good job.
Walker's down.
Let's go blue.
I'm not going now.
Wow. He's one.
Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this.
That's crazy. He didn't even have a single spirit in there. Okay.
Little bit of advice.
I'll just
Don't get caught.
build what I was gonna build. Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter anymore. 11k souls. I'm scaling. That's all that really matters, I guess. I guess we're getting yellow at the same time.
Let the king strengthen.
Light him up.
I don't know why he's fighting this by himself, but I guess I gotta go there. Billy is fighting this by himself.
Greenwich is under attack.
Blue.
A blue walker is under attack.
Winning this. Great.
Headed to blue.
I see the enemy.
Sick.
Ready to go all in.
I'm just gonna take this centers here. Someone's here. Someone is here. Pretty sure I just lose. Can we stop the CERN?
The urn has been dropped.
Can we help Billy? I guess not.
Show them why you are a legend, Great Talon.
It's like 3 here. We can't
Let's
stop
push
it.
blue.
They claim the urn.
Gotta move.
Greenwich is under attack.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna take this.
They've destroyed our green walker.
Guess it's a trade for a trade. It's actually not that bad of a deficit. I thought it was worse. It's all good. I think this might be a reactive dispel game.
Broadway is under attack.
Stay safe out there.
I'll just build this.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
It's fine, I'll just build that. This guy's 17k souls. I have 15 souls in like 15 minutes, but it's still not enough. Somehow it's not enough. So I just gotta keep hyper farming these.
York is under attack.
The Venator is here. Venator is here.
Such arcane mysteries will be revealed to you.
I see, Venator.
It's two.
Death is coming.
I see the enemy.
Good job.
Headed to Broadway.
Locking him down.
Guess we're gonna lose blue, just push green, I guess.
They've destroyed our blue walker.
Seven. I don't know.
I don't know if we make this in time. Ivy, I fucking love you, dude. Ivy, I fucking hate you. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Arrows will rain down. They can't run.
Good job.
We're winning this.
The urn has been dropped.
Thank you. Don't
We need to
force
keep
it
this
after.
up.
Let's push York.
Don't force it.
Flash is missing.
Fine on range.
I don't know.
Slaps this lash.
I see Lash.
Still here.
Now where are you?
The urn is waiting.
Celeste here.
Got a stun on lash.
Celeste is here.
I see the enemy.
My urn was
I'll hit as many as I can. Headed to Greenwich.
This is not good. This is actually not good. I'm like nowhere near in the fight and they just went in just like that, but whatever, I guess. It's fine.
your king cries for blood.
They're hard pushing though.
Ivy is strengthening us all.
New York.
I always trusted your vision, Ivy. Even when you put me into that wall. You more than made up for it. I love you.
Can we kill this guy? Thank you. Fuck, man.
We keep fighting as a team, we'll win.
Oh, fucking annoying.
I make my own opportunities.
Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. This dynamo.
Headed to Broadway.
Spirit resilience.
I don't suppose you know what lines you're setting for next
I'm
week's
just gonna
game.
get Mark here. God, it's so fucking annoying.
They will grow to fear
Please.
Yeah, kill this fucking hate.
This hunt is
Let's go to mid.
I fought tougher.
Alright. Dynamo's also gonna be up in 13 seconds, so you're gonna melt it that fast. I don't know if we can do it now.
I think we don't do it.
Yellow. Gotta keep those fucking priorities, man.
I can smell Lash's hubris from here.
Let's go meet.
Be brave.
Oh boy. Can I please just get one game where it's not that bad? Two here.
This is gonna be fun.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
Back over.
They've taken our yellow walker.
It's fine. I still get souls. That's okay.
I love this trick.
We're just not with our Ivy when he's fighting. It's okay, I guess. Not gonna lie, I think I just get Spirit Resilience. Just with how much damage it's actually doing.
Let's find
Our
another.
doubles.
Because I'm just getting exploded by these guys.
They're on mid, they're on mid, they're on mid.
Can we please fight this? I mean, Dynamo is out though. Yeah.
I have Lash half on the step.
The rejuvenator is descending.
Not great, but we can still work this out.
Graves low, Celeste low.
They took out 7.
Death brings consequences once more.
Got the Readers, just get out.
I don't know if selling these to just anyone.
I love this trick.
Dynamo's missing. Haze is missing.
just never near any of these fights, man. It's actually bad.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Of course, man.
Watch him in mid, I think.
Billy's gonna die.
Party's here, pal.
Lift it!
Got the bend. Oh, there was one. Nice.
Great work.
The urn has been dropped.
That comes in many forms. Nowhere but they took out Great Talon.
That's crazy.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
I'll find you. They won't be the last.
Last I rolled, so I don't know if he has one push.
I'm dead. Yep. Yep. I was dead because I misplaced my TP. That's good. That's fucking sick. It's actually fucking sick.
I'm gonna teleport over there.
I just sell cultists now. I don't really need this anymore. Boundless. I'll just get boundless here. That's all I really do. I don't really need cultists anymore. I'm at like 33k souls at this point. If I can't kill them, then just bad. Please get this off my quick buys. What type of fucking shit do they have? There's spirit shielding, spirit resistance, spirit resistance. I can get some spirit shred maybe. I got spirit shred. I'll just get spirit shred now. Just whatever. I'm not even gonna push that. It's just no point, I'll just die. It takes this many souls to feel like I'm actually like doing damage. It's actually crazy. Lash and Venator are coming in the jungle on the left side.
Get the fuck up out of here, cuz. Whole fucking team's over here.
7's dead. No one's low. I'm dead. He ulted me. That is. Good kill. Venator's low.
You have no idea who you're up against.
Yep. My team is actually doing shit. Like that.
You wanna play? Gotcha.
Flash.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Riposte! Ready to strike.
The guided hand is held.
Mid's up in 20 seconds.
I've been
by the way.
training my whole life for this. You don't have a chance.
Well, I'll be up when you guys can do it. So just take all the souls and shit and just get it.
I could use the money.
I'll go straight to it.
If they were stupid enough to leave this lying
The only
around,
people that'll be up is like
so be
Davies
it.
and Celeste. We're all gonna be up. You have 7 there.
I could use the money.
Let's go mid.
Has arrived.
I'm on mid.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm just gonna visit shop.
Bro. With 50k souls, who cares, man?
I see Ace.
Your
Probably gonna come down here.
defending weapon.
I don't think so.
Senator. Senator's half. Literally low. Okay, it's fine. We have race clear.
Jump by Hayes on the way out.
There's a lash coming. Lash coming.
Thank you.
Nice. Good guard.
Still on lash.
Okay, we need raise. We need raise. Where's she? We need raise.
Light him up.
We legit need just fucking raise.
Almost ready to open fire.
Help 7. Help 7.
Flash low behind you.
Leave that to me.
Okay. We have raise pushed.
Of course they're dying. They're fighting me.
This is gonna be fun.
The ritual must continue. We delivered the urn.
There's no shame in losing to me.
They took out Great Tower.
There he goes. Good job. God, I'm the only one trying to drop, man. Yeah, actually, I'll just let it go. It even comes close to the part where this game ends. It's okay, it is what it is. Let's get escalating. Let's get escalating into this. Just to deal with the gun damage. Buffs. Okay, I should be like,
That's my fucking bridge buff.
bro, who the fuck cares, man? This guy needs to get nerfed on his gun. I don't care. That shit's just so stupid.
Let's go to Broadway.
Flash.
Locking
I
down, I'm
see the
coming.
enemy.
Okay, I'll just let you cut.
Three more.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
There will be no escape.
Help them. Help them on blue. Dynamo is coming. Popular land?
Light 'em up.
You guys are indomitable. That actually stops Hyperland? That's crazy. It's actually crazy that that stops Hyperland.
They can't hide forever. Death is coming.
It's up in 15 seconds.
No one is my friend.
Unforgettable.
Good game.
We had this battle won from the moment it began.
Alright, 46k fire damage. Cool. 3 weeks worth of viscous goo. Alright, did I miss one of the games? I might not actually watch it. I actually just want to keep playing. Because I'm a little bit tilted, but... Oh. So I did go to the grand finals. Alright, I'll play one more game, then I'll just play one last one, and then I'll watch Deadline Night Shift. Oh man, this is annoying though. I feel like high velocity rounds as a buy is actually so shit. Like, I feel like you just don't do enough damage anyway to really justify this buy. But getting opening rounds is a good buy, but it's just, I feel like you just rush QSR. It's like a double-edged sword with this stupid shit. And most of the time when the game is like mixed damage like this, I really just don't know what to buy for counter items. Like, you have a fucking Fed Haze, you have like strong spirit characters, so you have to build both. Right? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's whatever. I'll play one more. I'm just gonna get off. I'll play one more, watch the Deadlock Night Shift, and see how the games are going. Because this shit's pissing me off a little bit. Need a break from this game right now. The players that I've been playing with are just, I don't know, I just feel like they're not even trying at all. What the hell is this? Unstop.
Let's push Brockway.
Is this his only green item or what?
Headed to Broadway.
This guy just doesn't even have. So you build debuff reducer in what? Just this?
Ready to use item.
That's interesting actually.
You Louisiana boys know how to party.
Mid-boss has arrived.
That's actually interesting. Maybe I should do that. Alright, it's my last game for the day. And then we're just gonna watch Deadlock Night Shift. Alright.
Your dreams need not be dreams for much longer, Wraith.
Nah. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that to myself. No. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that to myself. I refuse. I'd rather do it with the Mo and the Lash. Yeah, I'll just buy. Okay.
It's time to kill the Gamatoe. Fucking. Oh my god.
Okay.
This bitch. Going back to base.
Time to start shuffling.
Thanks.
Misses. Sucks.
Sometimes
Camping boxes.
death comes in many forms.
Sick. Sick, sick, sick.
They can't hide forever.
I don't even know if I want to get this high velocity round really. Pretty much not gonna lie about that. Kinda just wanna do notes.
Just at their small camp.
Yep. You will wait 1 second, come.
Yep.
I move with the speed of thought.
Yeah, I might as well just. I think high velocity now is okay, but like I want QSR first. I just can't stand not having reactor damage. That's some good amount of damage.
Mark, I gotta play safe for a sec.
Should do a little shopping.
Going to shop.
Is it?
Going to gank.
Flash is missing.
Holy fuck. Shit,
That's
man.
crazy.
Holy, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I didn't even notice you're coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I get it. You got the poke on
Cheers,
me.
Holiday.
He has this. He has this. He's just winning. He's just giggling. It's actually great. Actually fucking
Almost
great.
died again.
Holy fuck.
I think Holiday saw you struggle on that. Jinx. Save you.
Okay. You. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, bro. This is actually bullshit.
There's nowhere to hide.
Actually, you know what?
I'll be right back.
That's crazy.
Oh, he has egg. He bought egg. That okay. It's fine.
I see Yamato.
Okay. Of course he has egg. Of course he has egg. Of course he has egg. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
Stay strong, buddy.
Lash is missing.
Oh, let's see. He's on the freaking thing here.
I see Lash.
3% go boost. 6 points here. Ah, fuck.
No crit damage to him at all. That's insane.
It's actually crazy how much damage he's doing.
I hate Yamato players so
Half
fucking
HP.
Stay where you are.
Fucking motherfucker.
Going to gank.
Sounds good.
King cries for blood.
Cocky motherfucker, man. God, it's so fucking annoying. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think QSR into high velocity mag is actually the play. You need more damage.
Nice. At least you're getting fed, bro.
Yep. But dude, I don't know how the fuck that Yamato didn't hit that parry. That was insane.
Many forms.
Thank you again, Holiday, man. Holidays a fucking champ.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like Holiday's that guy from Bill Madison. Fucking shows up right there with a good guy. I'm shoving and I'm gonna get boxes and shit.
I'll find you.
Oh, I don't know why I thought my ult was up. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, my bad.
Going to gank.
It's all good.
Careful,
I had
buddy.
ulti.
No, I fucked up. I really thought I had ult. That was my fault.
Well,
I see Drifter.
He's super low.
Yo, Holiday, you gotta stop leaving this lane, man. I know you're getting ganks, but holy fuck. They are running it down.
It's Sinners up.
Yep.
alright, sinners.
Games are usually worth it because like they don't know it's coming, but you know he's doing it.
Oh, nice.
Chose the hard way.
I did play safe. I was fucking by our walker.
A blue walker is under attack.
Piece of shit.
He's pretty low. He should die.
That's why I saved my
The
fucking
drifter,
cars
or
there, you
not.
bitch. I had a joker and I had a fucking spade. You're not fucking
I
killing
mean,
me in
I
that
feel like I'm
situation,
getting
you dick.
picked on. Unfortunately.
Actual dickhole.
Lash missing, lash missing.
This is drifter not die. It's insane.
Yeah, couldn't kill him.
I don't know.
Fucking cocky son of a bitch.
Lash is missing.
They'll be running
They're
from
in our
me.
doubles right now.
Yeah.
Lash is missing.
Good job.
I see Krill.
Alright.
Guy's
Cool.
a legit little bitch. I need 2400 souls. Actually, honestly, I'm just gonna get spirit shield in here. I don't care. I don't wanna die from this fucking lash. He's pissed me off a little bit too much.
Boss has arrived.
I see Lash.
Watch out for lash going blue.
Work holiday.
Lash is going blue. I guess
I
not.
kind of want to start doing subway boxes around the castle. I don't know if you want to soak some blue lane or somebody
I
else
can
wants
stay
to.
blue. That's fine.
Yeah, but we definitely lost powers on the bit.
Earn is waiting to be.
I'm coming right now.
Lash is on top of the roof on that right there.
He's down missing.
Ready for a team fight.
No one's off.
Let's do this real quick.
Green Guardian.
Need this guardian. Lash still didn't use all. He's waiting for it.
Nice. I don't think we can catch him on back.
You can probably do their doubles if you want.
Yeah, we can try, yeah. Just
So
kidding.
you
Let's
know.
go.
I see the enemy.
Okay, disengage.
Lash coming with ult. Lash coming with ult.
We need to keep this up.
He's out. Someone's here. Someone else is here. Yamato. You're dead. You're dead. I'm not going there. I'm sorry.
Like, why are you not ulting? Like, at all? Like, why do we have to chase this far?
Greenwich is under attack.
I wasn't in range when you went
That's
against the
Greenwich.
lash.
Okay, what about the first time
I don't miss.
You talk about Mo?
They destroyed the Guardian on yellow.
He's at 15k. Just an FYI.
King gives freely. A blue walker is under attack.
Somebody else want to farm blue, maybe?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Thank you, Holiday.
My apologies. I guess I should have ulted there.
I think you're GG, Chris.
I'm dead. Spend my souls. It doesn't matter. Fuck. I guess I should have ulted the Mo in that situation. My bad. I should just press forward anytime I have a
Are we
chance
fighting
to.
this turn?
Noted.
Is there?
I'll just farm yellow the entire time.
I see Krill.
Yeah, let's split yellow, I agree. We can still defend it.
Right here.
Reanimation's on cooldown.
Noted.
I got enough bullets for everyone.
Headed to blue.
Blue's gonna be gone.
A green walker is under attack. Broadway is under attack.
Push yellow, please.
I'm the only one left.
Okay.
We're winning this.
Please take it.
I'm coming green.
Try to TP.
A green walker is under attack.
Alright, backed up for a second.
Headed to green.
I got more where that came from.
Chasing.
I'm TPing.
Nice.
Job.
Okay. I'm gonna disperse. We don't need to shove this. No need.
Ash farming over here.
Someone's gotta catch blue.
Will someone shoot him already? Hold it!
For some reason my ult hit no.
There's a spirit both there.
Okay, I'm in. I'm actually so ass. I should just not play right now. Like, I don't even know why I thought about playing this shit.
Figure out combo.
I think that ward is bugged. I can't fucking find it. It's so stupid. Waste my time.
I don't know what you can cancel shit.
They've taken our green walker.
Okay. Okay. Okay, man. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I got support.
A blue walker is under attack.
God, when their macros is so good and you just can't fucking farm. It's like, suck my cock, man. Holy fuck. I need a spell. I actually just need a spell. Like nothing else.
It didn't turn.
I'll buy another just speeder.
I see the enemy.
Coming to the blue fight. It's
On
gonna be
me.
out there. Drifter.
Professor, you have been...
Let me show y'all how it's done.
We have you now.
Too much of lash ult.
Right in the lane.
Today.
Not doing enough damage. Oh, okay.
On yellow.
You can't kill the dead.
Swear. Kinda hate this shit, man. It's 24k souls. Oh, they're just over there. Sick. All over there. It's fucking sick, man. Just have to farm them and just hurry the fuck up.
Somebody else can farm. Yo, if they want to try and make it. Good block. boxes and shit.
Headed to York.
See Paradox.
A blue walker is under attack.
I see, Yamato.
It's actually annoying.
I see Krill.
It's
I gotta farm 400 and then I can fight with you.
It's actually annoying.
After I have someone lift.
I'm just gonna get improved. He has absolutely no spirit resist except for Yamato. Okay.
Isn't it? They're all rotating to you?
Over.
That's a bad fight.
That is.
Get out if you can. That's they were looking for you.
I don't know how that silence didn't hit you. It's weird.
Paradox must swap.
I see the enemy.
Headed to Greenwich.
The last Homo Yamato, we should do this thing.
Do a quick kill matches and we'll stop.
No, there's like speeding over there. I'm going.
Head to Greenwich.
Mina does have ult.
Alright, I got ulted by now. I'm dead. I got Mo. Mo's dead. Dynamo, no cap. Dead.
Drifters stay forward, come in.
Paradox, got. Okay, Yamato got it. Up Victor.
It's just 7, it's just 7. Yeah, we gotta look at straight. He's fucking 11 kills, he's fucking killing it.
The drifter will kill us all if we
48 bonus damage, Jesus.
That sucks.
Can't just fucking push anything right now. We don't fight.
Did we get a disarm here?
This. Drifter could be coming to blue. No, vault till 10 seconds.
Big pull back to Walker.
Yep. I guess I just have to stay here. Yeah, I can't buy. Drifter's like literally just building so much damage. I might just get. I need damage right now. Like I can't even think about like anything else. Just need damage. That's all I need is damage. I'm
shit, I should have stayed. Thought I would come back. I'm gonna finish,
The rejuvenator is
I
descending.
mean, you got that walker for free.
yeah, I just didn't know if we wanted, to test move, but I can't.
They took the rejuvenator!
They're down. They're up by like 23 souls. Sometimes I really should just get off when I said I'm going to get off.
I have disarm for a drifter.
I need to farm one more boon real quick. Trying to get some farm.
Alright, let me just get this like ASAP. Spirit Resilience is only on 1 hero. 2. I just one. Need a fucking anti-heal.
The spirit urn is waiting to
I'm
be
just not gonna
claimed.
die again, so I just refuse. This makes no sense.
I think just let the urn. Go pick a fight, yeah?
I mean, we could maybe get a pick if they do delivery.
I see paradox.
I guess 2 are on the big thing. I think we're just gonna get overextended, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Just back over.
I'm just going back now.
Let's move.
Blue is hard for them to siege. It's pretty, good, so. Although Lash will makes it easier.
Down would have been perfect this game.
They're trying.
Yep, they're gonna siege it.
Broadway is under attack.
Yeah, well, it's
I see Drifter.
You're mine.
For your pitiful luck.
you got it on it.
It's on holiday.
Drifter 1 in the back. Drifter 1 in the back line.
I got Mina. Oh, I'm dead.
You got your back, I think.
I can't fucking see shit with drift roll, honestly. It makes it really hard for me to do anything.
They've taken on Blue Walker.
We're winning this. I'll miss. Stealing.
They will return. And we must be ready.
Thanks, Holiday.
Defend the stronghold.
I can't see shit.
I'll be back when I can.
Thanks, Holiday.
That's annoying.
We should try to get a pick on somebody.
Right now, it wasn't reach it there.
Never had a chance.
I mean, we can continue this momentum, no?
Victory possible.
No one's doing their doubles? Someone's doing their doubles here. Oh, they left, they left.
Drifter.
Drifter stunned.
Get that motherfucker, please. Go.
I see paradox.
Last shooter.
See paradox.
Stay together.
Let's try to get a pick here.
I'm getting wave,
Lash is missing.
Paradox.
This is gonna be fun.
Flash?
Keep the momentum.
Flash is here. Keep your wits about you.
Halted.
Wade's here.
Okay, I'll try to like bounce it from the back.
Reanimation's almost ready.
We're all low. We should try and get up there. Up with the arm coming out.
Backline, holiday. Holiday, Yamato.
Alright, we got Walker, but now we're still.
I'm dead.
I see Yamato. Let's take out Yamato.
Just getting fucking peeled from behind me.
Got one. Nice.
What the fuck?
I'm out.
What's up in a minute? We all just wait. We could all just have everything.
Soul jars here.
The spirit
I'm with you, Vic.
is waiting to be claimed.
Kind of. Trying to get there.
I'm just a spirit jar patiently waiting. And away we go.
This is gonna be fucking hard.
Back.
Drifter's behind you. Both. God, this drifter is.
Turns a little risky.
Ready
Flash is
to
I
good.
outlast
think
them.
we're good.
We delivered the urn.
Which,
Mid-boss has arrived.
Remember, what's your ult time?
Got 30 seconds.
Okay.
we're not
We
doing
just
it.
gotta stall mid. I don't think they're doing it that soon though. We should check that actually.
We're not doing it.
Nowhere to hide.
Oh fuck.
They're doing it.
Okay.
I see Drifter.
I'm going in.
I'm on the zip.
Get the drifter.
The rejuvenator is descending.
I'm dead now actually.
That's all rejuice. Nice.
That's all we do. I'm getting out. I'm just leaving. I can't see. I can't see.
Okay.
Let's see. It's 5v3 right now.
Can we? Oh, we can't help this guy.
Big stun. Back.
Stay low, stay low, stay low.
He's down.
Okay.
So stupid, man.
They took out the professor.
Just silence. I'm just gonna have rough games throughout this entire time by playing this game, aren't I? Oh my god. Whatever, bro. It's cool. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, bro. It's really fucking annoying.
To tag along too, so quick pick off on the scout that helps even the scales just a bit.
Yeah, really nice by Stride. They need these hooks for sure. Like that X factor of that extra pick here and there. It's going to go a long way, especially with this slower start that they are up against. They've got to deal with all these Guardians that are still up. I mean, they managed to just take down 2, which has helped quite a lot. But so one more to go on this side of the map here, where Poppers is in control. Now, will we get any rotation across? Floz is holding down the only Guardian that Bodo Clock have actually on that right side. Perhaps we'll try to safely farm that side of the map.
Also, as far as items go, the item that's starting to make a comeback as we look at Lash run for his life, Arctic, nearly falling the flawless advance. Fortitude has really made a comeback, and it's on heroes, Dan, that will just have good pressure on the map and want to just be able to go from fight to fight. So you see it on Bebop, you see it on heroes like Doorman, and for now, this could be a relatively free walker coming on in. Nearly has enough damage. Yeah, first walker of the game, gonna go over the melee creeps, and off into the door they go for the quick escape.
Wow, 12-minute, 30-second walker is insanely fast. And I mean, that's part of the exceptional damage output that Apollo has. Apollo's like a pretty disgusting hero. Like, the burst damage output is ridiculous. I have been saying for so long that I've just been expecting enough, at least to like something like Sigil. I just like reduce some of the damage that it does, or something like that. But
I mean, for Sigil, I've had ideas on how to fix it, because in a way you just walk up, drop it, and it is free damage. And what makes him so ridiculous in lane is, again, you see the burst down, and Tani Losan should be a dead Arctic off the rip. But no, disengaging Sigil, imagine if the Sigil lasted a little bit longer before doing damage, but slowed people, so it was more of an actual disengage tool, as opposed to, I'm going to walk forward, and you're just going to take this damage. But speaking of the Apollo damage, Dan, it's a lot of early damage from Mr. Poppers.
Yeah, not too surprising that this is what Apollo does. The flawless advance, and okay, someone's in the hotel. A couple players afflicted, but it doesn't really look like they're taking any damage. So, not very good here for Bodo Clock. Starting to lose a lot of ground here. Quick death slam to try to recover something in this fight, but it's still looking pretty sketchy. Ultimately, there goes Matt on the pocket, unable to stay alive much longer, and it doesn't look like Arctic's going to stay alive either. Trying to escape, but it's going to be melee creeps all over it, and I don't know what. I'm like, what will they convert off of this? That basically the world is their oyster. They can pretty much do whatever they want at this point. They are now almost 20k ahead.
Number one thing here is that Sinners are about to be respawning, and they're respawning when Melee Creeps has a gigantic advantage on the map. So you're going to sit here and you're going to take the enemy Gamba for sure. And you're going to look for extra picks as Bird with Clock comes out and tries to reestablish themselves. And, frankly, at this point, you want to take extra fights. You are significantly far ahead, and stat-wise, it is in your favor. Matt right now seeing a little bit of this firsthand. Saya into the enemy jungle. Bird with Clock looking for their own punish. See Saya amongst the sea of blue. Look, not going to be bringing him in this time around, though.
Well, this game's interesting right now as well, because something I don't know if was discussed in the first half of the broadcast, but the boon change is a pretty significant change, I think, in terms of if a team gets ahead, if you can kind of like stay alive in the game long enough, you're not going to be too far behind on the boons, because of how much more quickly everybody can get them, sooner at least, getting to max boons. But I'm already talking about Bodo Clock getting absolutely wrecked here, and we'll see if they can do anything in this fight. Getting jumped on is not a good look. And it's so far Sire's having a great game here on this Paradox as well. Another hero that's really made a resurgence in the recent matches.
Oh, Melee Creeps right now just looking to expand upon the lead that they have here, and also just to illustrate what this lead has done in terms of map control. see Gibbs just getting punished outside cube. We can look at the golden statues because Melee Creeps is able to go and get the last round of Sinners. And you take a look, no surprise to anyone here, Dan, but you got a little bit of feasting out of Rem. Also Paradox.
Yeah. There's more statue busts to be had here because in comes the dunk on to the comebacker, and that is going to make matters a lot worse here. 20k soul deficit right now for Burger Clock here as they try to defend this position. Matt, though, is going to be able to get it. They actually stopped the urn from going down. Melee Creep's not getting that one. Death Slam here onto Wido. He's in trouble just dancing around his own bell, but it's Poppers that is doing all the damage right now, getting all the kills.
Close the door!
Escape through
Close
the door, but he can't. He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Yeah, so here's the problem in all that. Melee Creeps thought they had the dunk, and they don't. In this case, it was just a split second. They overcommit for the dunk, and you have Arctic able to come in, lands a Death Slam, and yeah, that a bit of a throw for Melee Creeps. And Bird with Clock, Dan, if that urn had went for Melee Creeps, even if they lose people, they still have an enormous lead. Off this, it's all sorts of tough.
Yeah, it was about an 8k swing right there for that fight in favor of, or an 8k recovery for Bird with Clock. They were 20k ahead, and you know, now it's just a case of like farming very quickly, trying to clean up your lanes, and you know, find some positioning on the map. There's no urn coming up for another 2.5 minutes, so there is time for them to try to stabilize their macro a little bit, and potentially look for maybe a gank or so, and they could certainly close the deficit slightly here as a bit further as they also begin to look for picks in a moment. And I mean, if they could get a couple picks, CP, yeah, the game kind of goes back to even somewhat. That golden statue difference does suck a little bit, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference at this time in the game.
The interesting thing with golden statue difference is that it's the one part of the game that, you know, comeback mechanics don't interact with whatsoever. It is the one way that, you know, it kind of leaves scars of when you have map control and, you know, can push things in your favor as things go on. But Saya, a little bit of a chase down onto Tanner. And right now, though, likely has enough food to get over in the Walker. Taking a look at the Poppers. Tani Losan can be dropped. And still, pressure all around him. The ground floor Death Slam, and I think Riposte went on. I think Riposte happened, and Poppers just got out of there.
That was pretty tense as well, because Poppers has a 1k bag as well. That would have been a really, really insane kill. As well as, you know, he's got a kill streak, so they would get a lot of souls for killing him and the drop of the bag. That in of itself could have swung like, you know, like 4k souls or something, I don't know. So, very good save. The riposte is it's a strong ability, ZP. It's pretty damn good.
I feel like Riposte may go a little bit too far. you hit Riposte, it's like, where's Apollo? He's 2 zip codes away. Oh no!
Yeah, I could see that being another thing they change. Actually, yeah, you're right. They got options. Al.
I mean, Melee Creeps are still working with a bit of an edge at the moment, but it's not the edge that is at the point that Bird with Clock doesn't have options in the game. I think next turn going to be pretty vital here between both teams. I mean, ideally for Bird with Clock, I was gonna say you get a pick right now. Hook on the fish cake. However, not really the spot for follow through here. You're backed up by Saya, you get the swap and turn, and you just take down Stride. So even if you land the hook, if you don't have the backup there, it's not going to do much for you.
Almost back to that 20k difference again, so Melee Creeps already recovering themselves. Got that full map control as well. Lanes are pushed up pretty much. They still have that first stage Guardian too on the left lane.
It's been a quiet game Walker-wise too. Aside from the first Walker the Melee Creeps pushed down, no other Walkers really taking much of a siege. A lot of the action this game in and around the urn, and interestingly enough, the lead is just enough that it is advantage urn for a Bird with Clock. And it's not really close enough that you can game it to make it something else. Still, look at Saya. Saya going to get hooked into boot kick, into Silver, bringing out the Wolf. Saya may go down here, so they give up urn control, but they get the kill on the Saya. And okay, looking a little bit more here on the fish cake. Fish cake desperately trying to get away, and a big change from this patch, Dan. You can't use the jump pad to get away the way you used to.
True, yeah, it can be really punishing. Like the little egg cam we got for a second there. New egg cam. That does get dropped though. And by the clock, you know, they are trailing a little bit in souls here, but they're doing a pretty good job in really making the map feel threatening, I think, for melee creeps. And Flaw's actually got that vitality buff too.
Also, Pocket's value perhaps starting to go down as the game goes on. First Divine Barrier on the field for Scout, which is always a problem. I mean, eventually for Pocket, you are able to get Refresher and mitigate some of it, but this part of the game where maybe before you have Refresher, but as 1 or 2 DBs come up, it does really limit what you're able to do in Pocket. As once more, you're gonna see Fishcake under pressure now at half HP. The Wolf comes out once more. Tanner still on the chase down. This is gonna be enough to take down Shiv before help comes out. Another slice and dice up through the window, and that's gonna be enough for Tanner. Pulls off the chase.
Yeah, to look to convert onto the Walker. Really amazing work there by Tanner. You got to give it to him. That was just a clean 1v1 there against the Shiv. In the meantime, though, the egg is looking to make its way into the comeback turn-in. And, oh, are they going to drop it? Yes, there's a quick melee there. The egg is now on the ground as the fight continues, but there's definitely numbers here. There comes the nap time as well, so doesn't really look like they should be able to, Battle Clock, stop this from getting turned in, though. Heavy pressure, and there we go. Pocket coming on through. Matt will die, though, on that Pocket, and it looks like the conversion here, if the melee creeps is strong.
Melee creeps more than happy to take some of the trades here. Go for the Urn dunk. Urn turned in by Saya. Stride gets caught off to the back. And I think DB removed one of those afflictions too, so you kind of see part of the problem there for Matt, where even a 2-man affliction just not going to be enough at this stage of the game.
Yeah, despite all this though, ZP, you know, 14k difference, really the mid-boss, this would be the big issue, and there's not enough players up at the moment. I mean, there's ults here, you know, Death Slam would be so nice, but it's not going to get there in time. Will they try to delay? Do they have anything here that they can do to stop this? Absolutely not. Wow, that crystal just insta-died. I feel like sometimes CP doesn't die that fast, but you know, whatever.
No, in this case, everyone was on the same page. Also, contesting when Doorman is on the rejuve is one of the harder things to go after. You know, there's some characters that are good at mid-boss, some that aren't, and Doorman definitely in the top tier of people you want on your team for mid-boss. And again, I'd like to see another golden statue check-in, because we've gone through another period of time here where melee creeps have just had enormous amounts of map control. And the advantage, Dan, more than the 20k that you see on the souls, this level advantage is really starting to stack up. One rejuve though burned, and Saya may be going down for the count here. Birth Clock desperately scrapping out, looking for advantage, but the save! Scout comes in, gets the tag along, saves Saya, leads Tanner to his death, as Arctic takes a nice snooze in the Baroness.
Yeah, life is not looking all that good right now. Although, Fishcake getting very low. The Pocket could be a problem right now. 300 HP. Oh, okay. I think he's going to bleed out. Looks like Fishcake should, I think, die. We'll see if he gets saved. Still alive for now, but pressure continues on this mid lane from melee creeps. Indeed, Fishcake manages to get away to base. I thought he'd bleed out there, but it's like it was just shy.
I mean, you look at Shiv, and yeah. Probably the master of surely he's dead, and not. Especially we have characters like Rem on the team dropping barriers, heals, and all sorts of good things. But I want to see here as a damage check-in, because usually at this point, this is where Apollo's contribution falls off a little bit, and you start seeing who's actually bringing a lot of the damage into the late game. You know, as we're now, 24 minutes is basically mid game is just about done, and it's the start of late game. So. And in terms of where you want people to be, John, plenty of fire at 30k. The shining light, though, for Birth Clock, Flaws at 31. Like, Flaws is still on the path to becoming a problem on Geist, even if the rest of Bird with Clock is a bit hurting.
And I mean, you know, despite all of this, it's still roughly a 15k deficit. So it's, you know, melee creeps can't be too crazy. They got. I mean, they have had a lot of dominance on the map and the macro in general, but they have to respect Bird with Clock. And their ability to get stuff done here. So will be collected again. You know, the whole macro picture is just full control for melee creeps. But Bird with Clock, they'll be on the reaction. We'll see what they look to try to do. Now they're able to intercept. Matt's actually having to run away. He's getting chased down in middle right now. It can be a little bit scary. Death Slam on the other side, though. We'll see who that is going to be able to find. And yeah, looks like Arctic has been put into the Baroness.
A little bit of an enforced timeout, but your Lash. You got some mobility options. Tanner getting hit with the Itani Losan. Focus fire onto the Silver. Stride gets hit on the outskirts. Fishcake able to grab one. Bird with Clock, all sorts of wounded at the start of this engagement. Matt, after Affliction, able to get one. Also gets Fishcake low in the fight, but look at John at this point here. Dan, if there's any more cleanup to go, you got a near full HP Warden. It's ahead of the game. Ready to run down those who remain. In this case, it's a little bit of Warden versus Geist. Soul Exchange gonna come out, but the Warden's backed up by Rem. It's not an even fight, and that is Geist's extra HP bar off in the wind as Flaws now looking for the retreat. Also getting a look at the damage here, Dan, where, to no surprise, John, and also, frankly, Saya going way up in the overall damage for melee creeps.
Yeah, it's definitely looking pretty difficult. But you can see kind of the counterbalance there. You know, Rem on 8.7k, and you know, across you know, the other side, you can see everyone's relatively even on damage. So definitely getting some stuff done here, but it's very hard to catch a lot of these different players, in particular Poppers on this Apollo, so be able to escape no issues. A hook here would go pretty huge, and there's the catch onto Rem. Is there a tag-along available? Looks like there is. But is that going to turn into another hook? It will. Fishcake gets grabbed. Are they able to finish off Fishcake? It's a follow-up damage for this one. It looks like it's breaking out into a much larger fight. A full-on team fight now. 3 on the Affliction.
3 Afflicted, and Scout being first to fall. Bird Clock, they have an opportunity. Now's going to be the time to strike. Those Afflictions not being removed. Saya low. Ido low. Flaws in a pretty good spot. No Soul Exchange up. It's still a pretty farmed Geist. Working for position here. Death Slam up over the top, not fully completed. Stride, picking up the urn in the middle of the fight. Bird with Clock able to get the turn in. So Bird with Clock keeping some opportunity alive here. A bunch of people alive, still at really low HP. Melee creeps would love to get a piece of that, and they do. Saya, Ido, and Poppers finally able to break on through. Gibbs maybe joining them in just a moment. Super low HP Viscous, but look at the mini-map. I think he's clear. Still though, Dan, I mean, for Bird with Clock, you get some trades there, you get the urn. I mean, you're keeping a bit of hope alive.
Yeah, they really are, but I mean, it just seems like the general story is that Poppers is just so impossible to kill. They can't even put time on him in fights because of how ridiculous it is to try to do damage to him when he's just using the flawless advance. You need some kind of CC, a lockdown to really deal with Poppers, and so far it seems too difficult to really get that in a lot of these spots, but it does, you know, look competitive in these fights, like you said, and Bird with Clock, you know, they're going to have to outscale melee creeps into the late game. That really is the only option, it would feel like at this point, bar some kind of crazy mid-boss steal or macro mistake from melee creeps. I mean, is that something that's even possible? You know, scaling against the Warden and Shiv is going to be pretty hard.
I mean, I think there's late game options here. You know, I'd like to look at Matt's items here. I wonder if Matt has a refresher online. I think there's, once you start getting to the point that you have at 1 to 2 DBs up, and I think melee creeps may be up to 2 now. Have to get a check in a moment. You know, that's where ideally you'd like to get refresher, you know, get pockets value back, but for now, not on the table. Maybe the next item for Matt. But yeah, I mean, the scaling for Bird Clock, I mean, you still have a Megaton Geist. Silver can continue to be a threat into the end game, and in the end, you still got a Bebop. You still have one of the best ways of initiating and getting a pick in the game. But, you know, given the fact that you're at a deficit at the moment, it's still a bit of a tough road for Bird with Clock, as it's 30 seconds till next set of buffs and urns. Urn, singular, egg.
Okay, well, all it takes is a nice grapple from the man on screen. Stride. Open up one of these fights with an advantage, and that will change everything. That's why we're trying to play with the veil here. But the mid boss is up, and so right now, Bird with Clock, they can't afford a fight to not go their way. If the mid boss goes down, these rejuice get stolen. I mean, that's a wrap. Potentially.
Able to grab one half, and look at the patience. Riposte not triggered, meaning Poppers is vulnerable, half HP. The wolf is out, over in Death Slam when you really want Apollo dead. And that is the power of patience. You don't trigger the riposte, you get the punish onto Apollo, and with a one-man advantage, Bird with Clock immediately look to start going in the mid-boss.
This is the chance. This is what they were looking for. It cost them a Death Slam, which would be really, really helpful in the mid-boss fight, but what is the response of melee creeps? Okay, so they pull off the mid-boss here. Melee creeps moving forwards as well, looking to try to get a check in. They now understand that BWC have withdrawn. But now the fight in mid, and this fights everything down a player. No poppers. Will that make the difference for BWC?
BWC, you cannot let this opportunity go awry. You need to strike now. You'll get no better. Or Gibbs, stuck in the bareness for a moment, but the stay is over. Ido's actually pretty low HP as this fight goes on. Fishcake, though, crawling a little bit underground. Under focus fire from multiple members. Gonna pop the E-shift and look for an exit. Slice and dice off the other way. Gets hit with the frogs on the way out. A 2-man affliction. But it's even bigger nap time coming in from Scout to do a little bit of a fight reset here, Dan. Hits 4 members of Bird with Clock. When you look at melee creeps, they are all sorts of low. Half HP across the board. Post affliction as Matt still looking for a hunt down here. Saya, the target of choice. See, Saya is able to get away.
Okay, Fishcake goes down. That's an enormous kill. Saya almost dead as well. Another affliction there onto Saya. So if they can finally get that kill, that would be massive, but looks like that's going to get purged away and Saya's going to be safe. So 4 players up here right now for melee creeps. 4 players up for Bird with Clock. So no conversion on the mid boss off of that fight from either team. And this is really the best case for melee creeps. They need to just make sure they can get a 6v6, but in for the re-engage. And John doing all kinds of damage with the Warden. The lockdown comes on through and he's getting sliced by the Lycan. And it's going to be Floss that goes down in the midst of this. Popper's looking strong and healthy in the fight right now, and it's problematic because John got away. Only 2 up here for Bird with Clock. Their chances, it looks like they've all but been destroyed here by melee creeps, as now finally Arctic goes down, and it's surely a mid boss that awaits.
It was a full commit on the John, and John just a little bit tanky to deal with. I mean, you look at Warden's HP right now. If we could get the quick shot on the John and then maybe look at items across the game, but the HP for John is absurd. Looking at, I think it's in the 5k range at the moment. Yeah, it's 5.1k. Warden's HP, the way people are building this patch, he is a tank among tanks. So if you're not able to finish off on the dive, it gets tough. Also, you know, it happened in the last team fight, but just to call it out properly, you know, part of why the last team fight went well for them, that was able to get Refresher and land a second affliction that was pretty effective. Birth Clock, though, they just
6K.
weren't able to get full control, you know, and frankly get the pick on the Warden that I think they needed in that, you know, back and forth melee, and it stopped them from potentially turning the game around.
Yeah, 6k Warden is kind of problematic. Is there anything like toxic bullets or something? Some like percentage health damage that they got? I can't see anything.
I mean, percentage health helps. It just, you know, off the balance changes. You look at this, when my M1 is at 6k HP. This is why you're not seeing Venator be prioritized in the same way right now, and it's because Venator doesn't get HP pools like this.
Yeah.
Matt, coming in off the top, thinking about maybe throwing out a few frogs. Doesn't quite have the opportunity. Coming back over. This time, frogs go down. It's a 4-man affliction. Vago's gonna come. It's gonna come now. It looks like 2 got taken off by DB. That still means 2 people struck by the affliction. Death Slam on the Fishcake in particular. Don't know if there's much of a fall through there. Poppers and Scouts still getting awfully low. Bird the Clock pushing the advantage. John looking for an opportunity to just get solid damage in. Last Stand comes out, but a lot of the fight is kind of taken off to a different area. Still, Popper's able to get Gibbs on the back end. Nap time out, hits 2 on both Flaws and Matt. I don't know if Refresher's back up for Matt here, but Fishcake going in, multiple targets low. This is where melee creeps would like to be. And on the chase down, maybe enough to send this one away. All 3 Rejuves still up.
Yeah, and they couldn't get Ido dealt with. Ido was very close to going down, but that was the only hope for a pick-off. And instead, melee creeps converting on every kill, and with this, and still 3 Rejuve crystals alive, I mean, this has got to be it now. If finally they can deal with this, the last remaining Walker, and just start to really do some serious objective damage in this matchup. But I mean, that was such a good affliction too. The fact that, you know, like you were saying, with the Divine Barrier purging 2 of them, you got to give it to melee creeps for having like really good in-fight awareness to be able to get to purge the most important afflictions off of the, you know, the most important players. Like John's affliction was insta purged by the Divine Barrier, so it's really good teamwork and awareness from melee creeps.
Yeah, and you know, Bird with Clock, they came really close to bringing this one back, but now it might be over. Also, people wondering on the Warden 9 build, it's like, why is it 6k? One of the key patch note changes is that Colossus got reworked, and it lost its flat HP and gained percentage HP. And for heroes that are tanky to begin with, like Warden, that was a big net bonus. The other end, though, going to go in for melee creeps as they're doing everything needed to solidify the win. At 60k down across the board, getting any kills over with Clock now, Dan, is going to require an act of the divine.
True. I mean, to be honest, you know, just huge respect for BWC with how well they've like managed the macro in a lot of these like really difficult spots. They've really fought for this game, and you know, with 60k deficit now, it doesn't really feel like there's any good opportunities that are left. And in fact, we might just take down the base and leave a walker up. You don't see that every day, but it's like melee creeps are going to be going for it, and it's going to be the last stand here for Bird with Clock.
Quick slots, they're overrated, but melee creeps off into the finish. A 4-man affliction, even with divine barriers. That could get a little bit ugly, but you got rejuvenators in tow. Is it gonna be enough? Bird with Clock in the pit, looking for the miracle defense. The biggest prize pool on the line. And the defense isn't bad here so far. Tanner, though, cannot die. Tanner needs to get back to spawn, not quite able to do it. Scout, though, goes down in the melee. Melee creeps potentially about to lose poppers. This all in onto the base could be ill-advised here so far. Bird with Clock doing a really nice job here, Dan, so far of getting away from the pressure, and melee creeps, looking at the map, they are continually pushed back. The end of the game may have to wait a little bit longer. Arctic, though, goes down, so we'll see if melee creeps come back in. I think they keep up the push here. I mean, there's so little HP left in the patron, and yet there is a risk.
Yeah, there is. There's always a risk. It was just like, you know...
There's no more risk. The guy's dead. Guys are a little bit out base. It's over. For real.
Fish cakes are pretty nasty. I mean, the late game shit is pretty difficult to stop. Quick little grab and a hug, but that's going to be it. Bird with Clock are going to fall. It's a great effort, but melee creeps with the standard poppers doing a great job actually on the Apollo will bring melee creeps to the money match tonight here in North America.
Yeah, and of course for Poppers, this was just a sub, due unavailable. Poppers out here trialing for multiple different teams says, yeah, I can sub for you melee creeps. Why not? And certainly it works out. And honestly, Dan, this game felt like it stuck to the script for a lot of it, in that it was a really good early game showing from melee creeps overall, kind of dictated by the comp. But, you know, Bird with Clock, they were still able to find ways to bring some of these fights back in. And, you know, I think back to that middle fight where they got the hook off the pickoff, they set the 6v5, and it was so close, Dan, to turning into Bird with Clock bringing the game back.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that was, I think, the most surprising thing for me is that they were working from behind in a macro way, just always, you know, just coming off the back. You know, they had 3 Guardians up at 10 minutes they had to deal with, and they were always behind, but they never allowed that macro advantage that was being played out by melee creeps of all teams to get to put them in a position where they couldn't have a good shot at winning the game. And even when it mattered the most, before that mid-boss, they were able to find the pick onto the most hard-to-lock-down player, Poppers, which allowed them to have a chance in actually converting that really big fight. So, I mean, honestly, Bird with Clock did such a great job in this game to make it possible. But I think, like you mentioned, that early game, it was just very hard to deal with and come back from.
I will say, I think that the pick on the Poppers that nearly started the comeback for Bird with Clock, that's a case study on how to deal with Apollo, where it's difficult because it requires your entire team to be on the same page. Only one person can trigger riposte, and thus Apollo's getaway. But everyone put pressure on to Poppers, and then everyone stopped DPS at the same time. And you kind of look at Apollo and be like, oh, wait, your riposte doesn't work anymore? And like, this hero's actually killable. They probably didn't even need to use the Death Slam after, but, you know, with how much grief he was causing them over the course of the game, Dan, sometimes you just want to be sure.
Yeah, that they had. Yeah, you got to lock it in. If there's any doubt, you got to lock it in. And I mean, again, yeah, it really turned into an extremely protracted team fight, which certainly could have gone their way, given how long the team fight itself went on for. So you know, they did their best against melee creeps, but it is melee creeps after all, even with the stand-in. And you know, melee creeps going into the final, it's going to be really exciting. It's always a fun team to watch, and these best of threes right now, for me, I'm just really loving the draft process. There's so much that can be done in the current draft, and we've had so many changes that it's just a lot of fun. And I can't wait to get started.
And for melee creeps, they're hoping this is just the first of many. again, the last few weeks have not been entirely kind to them. It's been troublesome ever since new sponsorship has come in. Melee Creeps, they've struggled to win, and they were really hopeful coming into today that today would be the day that they're able to turn things around and retake the throne here in North America. But we gotta look at the stats at the end of the game, and it's funny. We did the damage check-in early on, and we saw how far ahead Poppers was, but you look at coming from behind and just really carrying the end game with damage. Yeah, sure, John is up there, but Fishcake also had a monster game, Dan.
Yeah, definitely did. And I mean, Shiv is always going to be dangerous in the hands of a good player, and especially once you get some of those items online. It becomes pretty ridiculous, the output. And I mean, John, you always just know that he's going to be performing as well. But I think for me, the most surprising thing, and maybe it shouldn't be surprising now that we see Paradox back, is that Saya had, despite all of that, like Saya's competing pretty healthily for that top damage spot on the team.
Also, one thing that's a little bit interesting is that teams actually pulled off a little bit from the opening round spam. Back in the qualifier and even some of the early days of the R1 tournament, we were seeing 6-7 opening rounds per lobby. This time around, actually only 1 opening rounds for Melee Creeps, which is a little bit surprising because I gotta ask John. I would have thought he would get it on Warden of all heroes, because Warden generally enjoys extra bullet velocity on top of everything else, but no opening rounds to be found on John. And Locket, I wanted to talk about this mid-match, but Locket has kind of landed in a good spot right now where the heroes that are generally more stamina heavy are still going to buy Locket. Like if you're Geist and you're trying to trigger kinetic dash more aggressively, if you're a hero that's otherwise eating a lot of stamina, you like Locket still even after the nerfs. But the heroes where it's just more about HP and you're not churning through as much stamina, they've kind of shifted a little bit and they're not buying Locket as much, which to me, I actually feel like that means the balance on it may be exactly right now.
Yeah, that's a great call out. I like that a lot. Yeah, it does seem like it's come into balance. I totally agree with you. Yeah, other than that though, I mean, it's a good warm-up for Melee Creeps here. What do you feel like their prospects are? We got to see them with the stand-in. Poppers did a good job on Apollo. Hero that we could see do on. Like, what do you think their prospects are looking like going into the finals?
I'm gonna make it conditional, and conditional number 1 is, can you get a single kill on Dimov? Dimov, I think, went through like 3 straight maps. He's on like a 3-map streak of not dying, Dan. Like, we're gonna go with the small goals before the big goals. Like, yes, winning the map or winning the series would be great, but let's start from the basics. Get a single kill on the Dimov, work from there. You can't let EU's arguably former top player come to NA and act like he has invincibility, Dan. Like, that's number 1 that has to go.
I mean, I kind of love it because it's always been the case that EU's better than NA. Like, that's basically always been the case. The only time I've seen that not be the case in a newer esport was actually Valorant in the early days, but that kind of switched around eventually. So I don't know, ZP, it's just a story as old as time. The EU players just built different.
Well, speaking of people built differently, when you're coming in the sub, that's a sidekick play if I ever saw one. Popper, the help that Melee Creeps needed, or Poppers, I should say, coming in on the Apollo, died a little bit in the early game, but into the mid game, massive contribution on Apollo, and a big reason why Melee Creeps are able to chalk up the W here and get into the money match once more.
I totally agree with that. I think it was a great recovery off of a somewhat non-ideal early game from what you would expect, but I think going into those objective fights especially, we saw that Poppers, and also actually I think a solo take essentially almost of a Walker too at the 12-minute 30 mark, also very powerful, but just being unkillable and just not really, or rather when there's a period of the game when there wasn't the lockdown tools to CC Poppers, he was just doing everything at the team fights. And it's why we saw that Poppers was so far ahead in damage in the mid-game portion, which is where Melee Creeps really solidified that lead that they just then never let go of.
Also, I'm hearing some of the reactions, like production is letting me know, look, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to calling out numbers, I did not do any of that intentionally. I cannot keep a straight face when it comes to going for obvious memes. Unfortunately, that was all authentic and organic in mentioning 2 numbers in the middle between 1 and 10. But luckily, Dan, we can avoid the subject and go into the highlights and see a little bit more of what Poppers was able to do over the course of the match. And a lot of these highlights are gonna come in the mid part of the game.
Well, not a fun time for Arctic, or really, to be honest, most players on Bird O'Clock. you know, with these shenanigans here from Poppers, seemingly unkillable in all these spots. It's very hard to lock down. Always somehow, like, it looks like at that spot, like, it's a long protracted fight, but somehow he's like just max HP, just like chilling. It's just kind of ridiculous. Nice little sigil there for your. I mean, Arctic's really getting the brunt of these highlights, being on the receiving end of it at least.
Bebop had the fix in. Even though Stride was on Arctic's team, just, you know, the character takes a little bit of precedence. Like, yo, get that lash hitting the ground montage. The ego's a little bit too big. But all in all, good start for Melee Creeps. They get their berth into the money match against Floormen, who of course are our new champions. Things seemingly just changing week after week. They took the throne away from FPS Lounge. FPS Lounge now doing a little bit of roster rearrangement where they parted ways with Erebus, and you know, I think they wanted the week off to work and prepare. But it does create a golden opportunity for Melee Creeps now, Dan, to take the throne.
Yeah, especially with our beefed up prize pool. Melee Creeps are going to get a shot at it, a pop at it, if you will. And I mean, like you say, you know, Floormen, it's really exciting to have Demov in that lineup, and also to see all the hard work that Floormen have been doing as a team and as a roster come to fruition for them, and to hold on to that title is what they're going to be looking to do. And again, you know, I gotta say, you know, there's a lot of like really good Demov heroes. Maybe that's basically the whole cast, I guess you could say, but like in the current meta. So I feel like we're going to see an exciting game.
Well, the stakes have been set.
so
Melee
confused.
Creeps against Floormen, the biggest prize in Night Shift history for our Wednesday broadcast. Who's going to take it? Tune in after to see. Night Shift is back. The money match for NA about to begin. ZP and DDK, they'll walk you through all the action. And Dan, we got an update from production. The game is going to be ready to go sooner than you could imagine. And people are saying it's because FPS Lounge not being here means that the teams represented actually have functioning bladders. You know, just how it is, Dan.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I can't wait to see what it looks like at LAN. If there'll be a better bladder discipline and control at LAN, we'll have to see. But for the online matches, it's certainly been a problem. But looking at this series now, ZP, we finally get to dive into it. Finally get into the drafts. I'm curious, you know, what teams are working on, right? Because you know, talking about FPS Lounge, you know, working on some stuff. You know, I spoke to Peer Content a while ago, you know, so he told me some of the things that they're working on. That's really cool. But what about these two teams? There's been a week between games. This is a really important week. Are we going to see more first picks like Sinclair's? Are we going to see anything different here? Because, you know, the teams are still adjusting to that patch. I think that now everyone kind of like, I think, is getting to that well-adjusted state where they kind of really have a better read on it than last week. So what do you expect? What's the surprise?
I mean, it's going to be interesting because I feel like it has evolved even over the last few days. Even from the NA qualifier day to now, people are kind of min-maxing priorities. I think the #1 winner over the last few days has definitely been Doorman. I think in general, heroes are good at laning, have taken a higher priority. So it's like we've seen Doorman way up on priority. We've seen Apollo way up on priority relative to where they were. But then you also have other things to like keep in mind, like what do you want for your M1? Do you want something like Warden? Do you want to deny the Warden from something like John and otherwise face 6K of death into the end game? Like all these things have like quickly evolved off the new patch, and I feel like we're still learning on the job a little bit. You know, whether it be us or the players on what they want to do. But before we go a little bit further, we got to talk about the Floorman roster, who melee creeps are going to be up against. And, you know, on the roster, they've made some changes over time, but the biggest one, of course, is getting Dimov onto the team, where it's no joke. He has not died in the last 3 maps on Deadlock Night Shift, which is kind of unreal.
I wonder, has anyone, do we know if anyone's gone more than 1 without a death? Like, has anyone got like a streak of 2 deathless games?
If it was, it may have been Dimov in EU. I don't know. It's incredibly rare to have happened.
In a class of his own. That is so sick. And I mean, I'm sure Dimov's not going to be thinking about it, but it does speak to the level of efficiency that Dimov plays with. And I actually love the idea that Dimov is that efficient of a player, because, you know, it will take that title, right? As you go through professional play in any game, certain players will get associated with certain things that they do really, really well. And Dimov, I mean, he's got quite a few of those things, maybe, ZP. Like, you know, his hero pool is pretty insane. Like, he's got a few different heroes that you love to see from him. But, like, being very efficient and deathless as well, really cool to see that.
Also, don't forget, he's doing all this on ping. He has like 120, 130 ping every game. He's not, you know, he has the training weights on while he's doing it. So, yeah, I mean, Floorman overall, a stacked roster that has looked better and better week after week. But you know what else? No, we'll get to the other roster in a moment. I'm going off things we got to talk to here in terms of what people have really been working on. That's right. We got an update on the Jason and Jake saga, aided by Shopify. What have they made?
So we're back once again here to round out our shop. And Jake, we looked at creating an item before, looked at some market research as well and how to price this, but we need to get our storefront going, right?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right? We got to build that front-facing online store, and luckily it's pretty easy here. So you can see we just come to the page, and you know, we can have Sidekick help us generate some themes. We could use these pre-existing themes, and there's even a whole theme store. We're not going to show it just here, but there's like tons of professionally designed themes that you could find and design. Immediately though, Jason, my eye is drawn to the ritual. I mean, for a Deadlock themed store, you know, for the fun of it,
kind of perfect.
Let's try the ritual. So I'm just gonna click on add ritual. We're gonna add this theme into our store, and it's pretty much just as easy as that. You know, it just takes a second for the theme to install. Again, tons of different options, different themes depending on your shop and what you want. But pretty soon we're able to hop in and see what this actually looks like with our product, and yeah, it looks like it's ready.
I kind of like all these like different themes you can look at too, because it can kind of tailor specifically to like what you want to do. And I'm sure even Sidekick can help you ask it what would fit. You know, like a pillow store, they can give you some suggestions for themes. But where do you actually have our product on there? Actually, it was already put up because we saved it earlier on.
Yeah, so like again, the Shopify, because it has access to the products you've made, all the work you've done kind of comes together. I will say, Jason, look at this image. I feel like the resolution is a little low now. Seeing it on the real shop, I feel like we can do better than that.
Yeah, I think so.
All
Anyone
right.
who can help us with that?
Let's ask Sidekick. I want to edit the product photo for my pillow. And I mean, one thing that's really nice about this is, look, it just takes us right where we need to go. So we're going to link straight to the product. We come back here. We're going to throw a new image on here, and I've got just the one. This one's going to look a lot better. We're going to get a little...
It's perfect too, right? Because it's the Shopify.
Exactly, exactly. So we've got our new image. We got Shopify Rem styling with his pillow, and then let's go back to our store. Let's take a look.
I think what's so nice about this too is if you're not like really good with the technical aspect of like finding where things are, just ask Sidekick and it'll take you directly where you need to go.
Yeah, definitely. In using this, that's been like one of the nicest parts, is that the fact that it's all integrated into the shop makes things easy. So I mean, there you go, Jason. It's been like what, less than 10 minutes easily over the course of this show, and we have a shop ready with a product and an image, right? I mean, you know, there's more to do in terms of really building a business, but if you can do this kind of a start in less than 10 minutes, it just really goes to show that anybody can build a store with Shopify and start selling. You know, you don't have to be a businessman, a professional. Anybody can do this, right? It is that easy. If Jason and I can figure it out, you can too.
There you go. Jake repeating what we said earlier, is that if they can figure it out, Dan, you can too. And of course, if you want to take your own crack at, we got the link down below. You know, going there definitely helps support Shopify, supports us in the program. And, you know, we're just happy Shopify has been able to, you know, add and support to the Deadlock scene and, you know, give us prize pools for the players that have been higher than ever before.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's so cool. We love Shopify. We love the support of this grassroots esports business that we're up to. And the fact that also we've been seeing people call off the update a little bit as EP, but it's really cool to see that all you guys are still like as engaged with like the awesome Deadlock Pro scene that we have here, that we get to see every week. So yeah, shout out to Shopify for supporting that. And now that must mean as EP that we're shortly about to get into the draft of this game.
Absolutely right. We were told it was close to being ready, and I gotta think we're good to go. Roll the footage. Does Doorman get banned in the beginning? What is the priority going to be? Do you go, whoa, we don't want to let Poppers get an Apollo again? We'll see what the priority is going to be coming in from Floormen. Melee Creeps decide they want first pick. And of course, we don't talk about too much on show, but if you're the challenging team, by right of being challenger, you get to choose either first or second pick. It's a little bit of a disadvantage to the champion that we've always felt is fair.
I could see if Apollo is pickable for Floormen, that they might take it for Demov, because I know Demov can plays Apollo as well. So there could definitely be an interesting Apollo exchange. We'll see. Sinclair, Dynamo. Okay, Bebop is the one that gets taken away. So I think that's fair. Bebop definitely kind of problematic. But where are we going here, ZP? What do you want to secure if you're Melee Creeps? Doorman?
It's got to be Doorman. I actually would be shocked if it was anything but Doorman in the situation. He's giving you probably some of the best early game power in the game, and Ido's super comfortable on him now, and yeah, it's Doorman. If you're Floormen, I think you learn a little bit from what we saw in the last game, and you take away some of the early game power that Melee Creeps would be going for. If I had to go for anything here for Floormen, Dan, I take away what they're using last game. I go Shiv, and I go Apollo. I lock those in immediately, and they get the Apollo. Will they get the Shiv?
I do wonder if it'll be Demov playing, because he can play obviously so many different things. But yeah. Shiv will be another good one for Floormen to pick up, like you said. Sinclair as well. I mean, I just feel like Sinclair is really good. I feel like he is top 3 good ZP, but we haven't been seeing any look at him like that so far today.
Yeah, I mean, even EU got a little bit lower on the Sinclair priority relative to before, but okay, Floormen, as we kind of predict, they go Apollo Shiv. Melee Creeps here. Pocket has been creeping up and up. They grab Lash. I wonder if you get Pocket to go along with it, because whether it be EU in the recent R1 tournament or just the NA games we've had here today, Pocket has been a higher priority, and honestly, it makes sense, especially after the other team grabs Shiv. Pocket is still one of the better heroes in the game of like making things tough, but instead they go, no, actually we don't want to have our front line be particularly weak. We still want to have Silver, because yeah, it makes sense. If Floormen went Shiv Silver, you kind of get scraps left from Melee Creeps in meta, where Average was telling us people don't like Abrams right now.
No more hiding.
Yeah, the Silver makes a lot of sense, and pretty good cop for the 3rd position. Pocket coming in for floormen, so maybe a defensive pocket to some extent. Now the bans, I mean, do you ban Dynamo if you're floormen? Dynamo is still certainly pickable by melee creeps.
I need to get some more training.
It's gonna be the Viper. Okay.
I think you have to ban it if you're melee creeps, because first pick coming out of this is going to be going over to floormen. So I think there's a good chance they would go for the Dynamo. I think for melee creeps, they might cover that and just get rid of the Dynamo now. I think it's a pretty good likelihood, but instead, okay, they get rid of the Mirage. That's a little bit interesting, because now I think, okay, high priority picks recently. Dynamo, certainly an option for floormen coming on in. Looking at last game. What am I forgetting here?
Kelvin?
You could Kelvin. You also...
Ooh, okay. Okay, that's awesome, Zifi, because Dimov, we know that he's got a phenomenal Yamato. That's like one of the classics.
I wonder if that was the pick there, though, given what was still up and around as far as picks go here. I also wonder, you know, do you take the Rem just by virtue of not wanting to deal with the Shiv Rem lane, or you go, nah, you know, deal with that is fine. Sinclair, though, comes in. You get your wish here, Dan. He's a little bit lower prio in NA, and he's been lower prio in EU, but you get Sinclair, and I think half of that is wanting to see, do you have something good that I can clone? And they grab Warden for John, the, you know, lock in their M1.
And Sinclair's kit now is like, it's like so good, even if there aren't amazing ults. And I mean, like, you know, the max, like, Bunny is like so insane. Like, it's so damn good.
Dan, it's also a protect pick, now that I think about it. Like, if you had any worry about floormen going Dynamo, once you pick Sinclair, it's kind of like, oh, okay, we don't want to give Sinclair, like, the buffet of options between both Affliction and Singularities. So the Sinclair pick was as much a, okay, we have this versus pocket pick, as it also was a deterrence against Dynamo.
And potentially a Kelvin as well.
Yeah.
You know, so interestingly, you know, we get a Venator Geist. So a lot of hungry mouths, I feel like, on the floorman roster, potentially, depending on how you look at it, to feed in this particular roster. They don't have what you'd consider like one of those more kind of supportish heroes.
Yeah, okay, so melee creeps, they round out with Paradox, which, you know, certainly Saya's going to be on. And yeah, I think you kind of touch on one of the bigger issues of this game is that Yamato, Ven, Geist, all three need farm. And the downside about Yamato is that while she does kind of fill the frontliner role, she's a frontliner that needs farm in order to function. Like, she is a greedy character. So in terms of your farms, you're probably gonna have Yamato, Ven, Geist all in separate lanes. But it's also a game where Apollo, Shiv, and Pocket may have to take a back seat, but you don't really like that. You don't like your Shiv taking a back seat. Like, you have 4 heroes that thrive with high farm, that have very different game states with high farm, and only 3 of them are actually going to be able to live in that world. And, you know, in terms of people that get starved on farm, it's definitely not going to be Ven. He's going to be probably your highest priority. And it's, to me, I look at, like, either Shiv, Yamato, or Geist, one of the 3 isn't going to have as big of an impact on this game, Dan, unless it is a blowout.
I think that's what's really interesting about this. I don't think that floormen are, of course, you know, picking this roster and accidentally being like, oh, we don't know how to manage that particular situation. They've calculated this in some respects. So something of the playstyle, I'm sure, would make sense with it. And they do have the ability to really dive on people, like Yamato, Pocket, Apollo, and Shiv. You can just absolutely just jump on people. And all of these heroes, it feels like you're definitely going to have to prioritize the Venator to be the safe character that gets as much farm as possible. And we have seen the kind of off-carry Geist, you know, in many different spots. It's not always the case that Geist gets all the priorities. So that kind of makes sense. Venator carry, Geist off carry, and then for Yamato, Pocket, Shiv, and Apollo, not sure how they're going to work it out, but I mean, a roaming hit squad, you know, definitely going to be powerful for tempoing and diving for sure.
I'm trying to look at the lane phase here and, you know, kind of approximate who I think has the advantage. On one hand, Sinclair, Doorman, both exceptionally strong laners. Paradox, Silver in the upper echelon. Warden, I'd say, also in the upper echelon. Combo-wise, look at Floorman. Yeah, you got Apollo. You have Shiv, who can be strong if, you know, he's generally is like a higher power level. He's even better if you can pair him with something like a Rem that, like, goes with his survivability. But truthfully, I'm looking at the laning phase between both teams, and I actually think Melee Creeps, again, has kind of come out of this with a team that is going to have the advantage in the first 15 minutes of the game. And Floormen, to me, I actually think that's a tough dynamic, given the fact that they have a team that is so incredibly hungry for farm. Not having the team that has the better early to mid game, I actually think could leave them pretty far behind here, Dan.
Yeah, and I do also think that melee creeps have obviously a way better utility game. There's a lot of CC that melee creeps have that's really just very desperately horrifying to deal with. Someone gets thrown into the Baroness, there's a bunny, there's a binding word on to imprison anyone who's bunnied. Like, you know, Paradox is going to be able to like lock you down as well, like with the time warp and the swaps and stuff. So there's like all these tools that melee crews have to just lock you down. And for Floormen, I mean, they don't really have that because they've just gone for all these heroes that are just like burst damage, you know, carries, frontline. Like it's lacking util.
I will say this, if Floormen, if it's like even at 28 minutes into the game, 30 minutes, Floormen probably just win. Like what they do in the late game as the characters come online is a little bit scary relative to melee creeps, especially when things like Sinclair do tend to tail off a little bit. Although the interesting conundrum there is that normally Sinclair does tail off a bit into the end game, but Sinclair also gets to be a perpetual threat by copying Pocket. And you also have that weird dynamic of, well, do you want to invest, like you'll buy Divine Barrier versus Pocket always, like some people on your team. Do you want to buy Divine Barrier on Floormen off the risk of getting Pocket ulted by Sinclair? I think that's a little bit less of an automatic buy. So I look at this here and like I think even Sinclair's late game is a little bit better than it normally would be. Yeah. Overall, I actually do like melee creeps draft better, but you know, all Floormen do, if they're able to execute, I think they can still easily take this map.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into it, and I gotta say, ZP, I actually feel like you know, but presumably Demov will be on Yamato, probably Yamato or Apollo, but I would assume Yamato. And that to me is kind of the X factor a little bit, because Yamato I don't think is valued as highly right now. I mean, obviously it's a good hero, like just, you know, solid, but you know, Apollo it has much more higher value, and there's some other burst spirit heroes that have higher value right now, I think, in the current meta. So I'm going to be super curious to see how Yamato actually performs against that expectation. And I think in this roster, like you said, you know, someone's going to be missing out on farm. Like a couple people will be missing out on farm, whereas in other more typical drafts, you probably would expect them to get a lot more farm. So they're going to have to, I think, they're going to have to be able to tempo a little bit, ZP, to get ahead to make up for it.
Also, I don't think we properly talked about it in broadcast, but there was an alert that came out, and frankly, I forgot about it with all the things that have been going on today, but it is low main in for Rocker for Floormen. So it is the day of FPSL. You know, just because you're not playing in the week doesn't mean you can't sub. Our only hard and fast rule for substitutions here at Night Shift is that if you play for one team in, say, the Challenger match, you can't play for another team later on in the day. Like, that's a little bit much, and you know, pretty anti-competitive, but FPS Lounge may as well not exist today, so low main, completely a valid sub.
Low main's also exceptionally good. Like, really, I mean, obviously everyone at this level is really good, but low main is one of the players in NA that is like, you know, in my top list of you know, absolutely excellent and extremely versatile as well. So I think, you know, an ideal player to pick for a substitute.
Oh, that's the rumor that's been going around, where I don't think that's actually true, by the way. That people say commends will raise your MMR matchmaking, like it's part of the aggregate. I think when you look at the evidence, and admittedly nothing is proven, like this is all speculation, you know, cue the X-Files guy, and so on. It does seem like individual contribution is more impactful on ladder at the moment, and there's a lot of different variables that could go into whatever theoretical equation is there. Do I think commends necessarily go in there? They could, but I actually, that is one where I'm like kind of press F to doubt. But people have been pretty, you know, a little bit more begging for commendations, Dan, as people is like, hey man, we might not have gotten around this game, but we all like MMR. I'll commend you, you commend me.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to kind of just allow it to be so easily gameable.
Demov's back in, where, you know, you can take the European head of Europe, but he won't leave the pause behind, or so it seems.
So Demov's on Pocket. That's interesting. I don't know if I've seen a Demov Pocket. Have you? I guess I must have at some point.
Yeah, we've seen it in the past. I mean, D-Mob, I think, has played a little bit of everything from time to time, but it's been a while, and with both Apollo and Shiv in the pool, normally you'd expect to pick one of the two, but you know, maybe low main Zero pool is playing a little bit of a role. But taking a look at the lanes, no surprise to get the Ven v Warden matchup in middle. Just whoever you're, as multiple terms competing for priority, but people have really stuck on to the idea of, you know, position 1 through 6, and position 1 just meaning who gets the most farm. It's ranked in order of how much farm you get, and in NA, usually your position 1s, in this case Ven and Warden, you can see them in mid lane, just because of how effective box runs are in middle, and you know how people manage their economy.
Then usually later it might transition to like a safe, like what you might call a safe lane to maintain the farm, but it's gonna be really interesting. I mean, we didn't talk too much about the lanes in the draft, what we expected to see, but for Floormen, given the lane combinations they have, do you like the setups?
I think seeing the Apollo in middle is a little bit interesting. I think it's trying to give as much advantage to Ven as possible to have a good start. But I kind of look at and wonder, okay, what have you given up in turn? I mean, Yamato Geist is still a plenty strong lane. You get good amounts of poke here. Is it vulnerable against Doorman Silver? Yes. I think there's multiple worlds where you take a step out of line, and between Bell and boot kick, you end up out of lane. Like, it is definitely advantage Silver Doorman on the left. But, I mean, Yamato Geist, you should be able to play it at least neutral to where you don't die, or at least you have a chance of doing so. And off on the right, Lash Sinclair, I mean, that can be difficult. Again, it's just a significant amount of burst potential. Shiv a little bit less vulnerable to that, but I mean, even for D-Mov, you have to be careful against this lane. Just you can go from 60-70% HP to dead under the right circumstances.
Okay, well, I don't know if I felt good about D-Mov's chances to like make it a 4-game streak. CP being on pocket.
I mean, I think you're gonna do it on any hero. Pocket has some chance, but overall, just given the early game advantage I expect melee creeps to have, D-Mob getting out of the early game without giving up 1 kill, it's gonna be hard. Not entirely boot kick Boppers was looking for, but still, this Doorman Silver lane, a lot of options for getting the first kill.
Xeno has a nasty Yamato as well.
Used to be all Xeno played at one point. Xeno has heavily diversified his hero pool, but yeah, there's a point where Xeno could have held claim to best Yamato in the world, or at the very least in the conversation for top 3. Been playing more supportive roles as of late, but in a meta where, sure, no dedicated support, throw Xeno off onto the Yamato.
I think that I really like the combo with Apollo. I think it's pretty scary. Just the amount of chase, burst, spirit damage is nasty. So I do think there's a lot of options here for Floormen, that it could be like a very exciting game for them once they get things going. But in terms of the early lane here, all the lanes now looking for that lane priority so that you can make sure that you have advantage to bridge buff and also advantage to the tier 1 cap if you're in a spot where you have to steal it on these side lanes.
As expected, looking at the flow of these lanes, it has been very much an objective survive for Floormen. Like, you look at the HP bars on the top, and Floormen definitely a bit more hit overall. You look at positioning on the mini-map, they've been getting pushed up more often than not. 20 seconds away from buffs, and honestly, I would expect melee creeps to be able to get priority on both left and right buff, barring some beef here. And okay, it may be arriving. Scout getting super low in Sinclair. Is he ticking down with knives? I don't know if he has any knives on him right now, but still tougher spot to be on Sinclair. Left-hand lane, meanwhile, both Geist and Yamato just getting a bit of the business here, and a lot of this is just poke from Ido.
There we go, buffs come up. Sai getting the spirit buff, and DMB getting the Venator gun buff. It's the best possible luck.
I think a lot of that had to do with the timing, where you were able to get Scout low. I think normally it would have been either the Sinclair or Lash to go right buff, and DMB was just able to hop over there and grab it.
Sometimes, you know, you got to play these lanes pretty slow until your abilities come online for some of the more deadly combos. Monster rounds goes really huge in lanes where you're having a hard time, where you can't do as much pressure. At least you can keep the opponent's creeps off of your tower.
Oh. Damage on top, soul exchange in, and it's good enough to deal with poppers, so just keeps positioning, drops a soul exchange, easy kill and turn, and you know, clearly they thought they would have enough burst damage for League, but not to be the case, and off that mistake, finally a little bit of breathing room on the left for Foreman.
Yeah, perhaps a miscalculation on the timing there for that gank. I like the idea though, dropping in from above like that's really cool. That has definitely given some better times there to the guys Yamato on left. And now in here mid, I mean, that gun buff is gone. It's been neutralized.
Yeah, not the ideal situation. Nero Domini though, coming in. John really low on the aftermath. AVG able to finish it off. So it's a 1-for-1. And again, remembering the stakes of this game, if you do 1-for-1 trades as Foreman right now, you're really happy with this. It's melee creeps that are feeling the pressure now, Dan, even though you might tune in and go, oh, it's an even game. With the comp that melee creeps is running, you can't have this be an even game. Like, you need more out of this stage.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair. I do think these drafts from both teams are so interesting, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how things start to develop once we get to that first turn. All right, now we got Poppers looking to pursue, but it doesn't look very easy here. League, oh, the combo coming on through, down under the tower. There's no swap available, and okay, the Yamato coming in on Xeno a little bit late on that one, unable to re-assist, and Ido receiving a power slash, but straight out through the door, off the safety.
Might not be done yet. Still, opportunity to get some damage here on the Poppers. Poppers in off the boot kick, lands the bola after, able to get enough positioning to avoid the power slash thereafter. And with some of the health coming in off the creeps, it's enough to get Poppers out of danger as we go to a pause. But you know, the cool thing off some of the tech we have now is we were able to see how that was set up. We weren't there camera-wise at the beginning, but you look, you go, League has gone into the Baroness. So that entire setup was just Ido throws League into the hotel, and you hop out, and you have a real angry werewolf waiting for you on exit.
I like it. Demorph has deemed it appropriate to begin once again.
Demov actually just, you know, maybe in an area that has, you know, bad internet, just, you know, repeatedly kicking it with his foot and be like, come on, give me a little bit lower ping. I don't know. I have to invent like some form of headcanon here to the variety of Demov pauses.
All right, so centers are up. Dive comes through. Low main's going in there, straight up to the roof though. He's gonna find Fish Cake. He's getting a lot of damage here on the Fish Cake as well. Good burst. Just gonna force Fish Cake all the way back, and they're gonna be looking to claim this Guardian, but also there's gonna be Sinners up to claim as well. So this position is gonna be kind of nice. There is a counterbalance though on the right side of the map as we are now. We see Demov chasing them down, looking to claim position for Floormen as they get that Guardian on the other side of the map. So nice balance work here. Either side getting a Guardian.
It's Guardian for Guardian. Foreman able to get with the rotation of Shiv off as Ido. Luggage cart looking for Xeno, able to get the finish with the aid of Sion, the Carbine. Looking for more here. Another call bell. The damage is massive, enough to take down AVG. The rotation from Ido off in the mid lane, paying dividends. And you're just seeing the power of call bell here, where you have to imagine for Ido, probably one next item is going to be recharging Rush, because what more do you want in this build than even more bells, Dan?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not too hard to proc that with the recharge rush with the Doorman too. Got all that gun damage, so the Demov is going to be back out of the hotel.
Do you think Demov is aware of or cares about his 3-game deathless streak that's been going on? Also, that Tani Losam was a full whiff.
Probably less aware and cares less than we do about it, but ooh, some good damage there, chasing away Poppers and cleaning up this Guardian. This is what the game starts to get interesting, because, you know, Floormen definitely need to keep the tempo up, and now they're going to have the full capacity to start roaming around. We've got the first urn coming up, as well as the double bridge buffs, and right now Floormen, they've got more position in middle around the left bridge buff for that first urn.
Foreman get both buffs, survival on the average, and DMB, a little bit of hit of mobility. Poppers Actually a little bit low, getting harassed by League. Life Drain, of course, not going through the wall, but it is going to be earn control here to Floormen, where, you know, speaking of things, Low Main may be subbing in and not playing for FPS Lounge today, but, you know, still repping them on the in-game tag. The bell damage, man, it is unreal as Ido chases down in transition. Earn, or Egg as it were, going to be knocked loose in the middle of the fight. So we see Low Main making a good bit of room on the Shiv, picking up the Earn once more, and just perhaps looking for the straight up dunk. I don't know if it's going to be able to get there in time. It could be very clear on the dunk, and yeah, Low Main just able to get it.
Very nice find. Keeping the pressure on as well. Asido going down, and might be a magician, but no, can't be chasing that one down just yet. But still, you know, Floormen coming a little ahead here, on top of the doubles. Still that mid guardian left to deal with for Floormen. And the creeps able to rally around that. As Ido joins the middle lane as well. 3 players in proximity around that mid guardian. Is this a rebrand from AVG to Average? Are we supposed to call him Average?
Yes.
Now? Okay.
We are supposed to call him Average. That is the full rebrand. He does not want to go down the Avast career path of continually being compared to the antivirus, so it's respectable. I don't think that was the reason given. He just wants to be known as Average now. He also got the name on Twitch. But in important matters, Fishcake drops a death slam, gets a few people low, but is now horrifically exposed in turn. Xeno doesn't let the opportunity go to the wayside. Floormen able to pick up one, and you know, Dan, I'll just bring us back to the win conditions on the game. Melee creeps, while they've been able to get some scrappy kills here and there, this isn't where they want to be with their comp. I mean, Floormen are looking a lot better in terms of long-term win conditions.
Ooh. Yeah, and they definitely have a lot of good ways to bully melee creeps early on here. Just gonna send, you know, ult for ults, maybe better trade for poppers. And Floormen have a good presence across the map at the moment. Now, see exactly how this dive goes on to the Magician. Looks like Scout is able to fall back off. Does have that support. And we're a couple minutes away from next objective. Oh, go ahead, Zeke.
For both teams, you're kind of getting the equality breakdown here of no one is really ahead on farm. Neither John nor DMB. I mean, DMB has like the most mild of edges right now. Oh, there's a Hyper9 knockdown onto Fishcake. See if he's in any danger. Baroness Hotel. Low Main on the visit. And maybe a bit of welcoming party here. Melee creeps coalescing around Low Main. About to leave. Here's the welcoming party. Down to half HP immediately. Is the rest of the damage going to be there? It is. Quick pick off on the Low Main. 13 minutes though, so we'll see what we get after. And you know, now we're a little bit past the early game. Let's take a look at the damage. I do want to see